What's the value of being able to tell like your particular sci-fi film here at Sundance, and where do you see that genre going?
There's a lot of interest in indie sci-fi right now. We're really interested in looking at ourselves, but we don't want to look at ourselves too closely. And it's helpful to kind of take, one step to the left, to the right, backward, forward, so that we're escaping a little bit. And I love doing that. That's why I love sci-fi. I want my imagination to be triggered in creating sci-fi. I have so much fun doing it. Why not? Why not explore things, think about things that I'm passionate about, but also get excited, get my imagination excited.
How do you come up with this world, especially maybe at the scriptwriting stage? Do you come up with the details of this future existence as you go, or do you plan out every aspect of the world? Or
when Jacqueline and I were writing the feature version of the script, there was a lot of discussion between us about, when the main character trying to keep up with the fast-paced, technology-saturated world that is not too different from where we are right now, but augmented, So I felt that made sense for Gwen's character. A woman who had to keep up with technology professionally, but wanted to be able to slow down at home. So you'll see that, like, her apartment, for example, is filled with kind of slightly Victorian influence patterns, flower, natural curves, wood. It's kind of like an old New York apartment, and it contrasts really strongly with the outside world, where everything is there. There are drones flying around, and opulence and congestion, and there's this kind of oppressive sound of traffic and drone traffic.
When you have like all these VFX, it's not like alien battles, but you have all these buildings and drones flying around. Like, obviously, those happen in post. How do you deal with those in production?
I've worked with visual effects a few times before. At least 3 or 4 of my projects are heavy visual effects projects, and so there's kind of a preparation. You have to kind of a little bit know what you're getting into before you shoot, in order to kind of make your visual effects process efficient. And when I say efficient, I mean, giving me enough time for creative back and forth, and less time for like kind of mind-numbing roto. And so that's I on set and in planning, I would consult with Catherine Tate, my VFX supervisor. She was our senior VFX supervisor. Catherine had worked previously on Beasts of the Southern Wild and Fruitvale. And also Sean Gillane, who was an associate VFX supervisor. He's also one of our editors, but he has a strong understanding of how to shoot visual effects plates. So in consultation with them, we prepared as much as possible for having flexibility in creating the world through visual effects. But there were times when we just decided to add visual effects in post because we saw there was an opportunity to, and we knew that, okay, like if this shot's locked off, we can do something really cool and then fix the move in post, or this is really trackable. Our post team was very visual VFX savvy, and so we were both strategic about VFX both in pre-production, during production, and post.
Between all the, make all the props, or between making sure like modern things don't get into the frame somehow. Like what are some of the biggest challenges about?
There were just times we had to surrender to the circumstances we had. So we said, okay, we'll try to fix this in post or color, or we'll just, we didn't want to commit to a particular time because we didn't want that part to be part of the concern. That wasn't our luxury, and it also helps that the film has an environment that's slightly relatable to all of us. So I think that's the most interesting part of it now, is that it's kind of in the future, kind of not. what's happening? Is this an imaginary future? Is it our future? Or is it now? I kind of want to. I'm happy with that we were able to leave that ambiguous, and kind of leave that to be something to talk about. So, but during production, I mean, there's simple things that we would do. We would cover up keyholes, like not with little stickers, so that you wouldn't be thinking about normal keys. Instead, you'd be they're voice activated or thumbprint activated. All these. There were Ayanna Trotter was part of our LA unit art direction, and she was extremely resourceful. Like there's this cool little tool that is an eye scanner. She just found like some pen light or a book light and turned it into an eye scanner. So it's just about our design team, our Dara Wishengrad also, and our main production team, very inventive. But it was really just about, as best we could, like being resourceful. It was fun.
Did you say you shot on the red?
Yeah, we shot on the Red Epic for the feature, and the Red one for the short. We also had pickups, the Black Magic and the Alexa. I think we had some pickups on the Scarlet as well. Yeah.
And so how did those tools suit your production?
I was really happy to use the Red one when it was available, and the Red Epic was great. We shot at 5K for a lot of the interiors, and it allowed us to do some reframing, which was important for us. I had to be resourceful, and so being able to kind of speed along the process and allow for reframing sometimes was important. It's an indie film, so it gave me more time with the actors, and since this is an actor performance-driven film, that's what I prioritized. But Richard Wong, who was our cinematographer for the feature portion of the film, he just did an incredible job with what he had, and he brought in some really interesting lighting setups, I think it just brought so much tenderness to the image, and I was just blown away by his work, and I hope to continue working with him. It's amazing.
What advice do you have for filmmakers starting out, especially someone who might be interested in the sci-fi genre, but it's at the beginning of their career?
It was not easy to make Advantageous as an indie. So you first of all, you have to be prepared for it to not be easy at all. I'm very fortunate to know the people I know, to have a collection of extremely talented and versatile friends. So if you're alone in this world without any connection to people who understand visual effects, motion graphics, you really have to become that jack of all trades and be prepared to spend 5 to 10 years becoming amazing at visual effects, amazing at storytelling, an incredible director, working with actors, and an incredible writer. I'm not saying I'm all those things yet, but I know that's an objective for filmmakers with high ambition.